Hello to the camera and to the ether. I hope the stream title is updated properly. Well, today I wanted to talk about how I spent a major part of the last hour procrastinating the stream and staring blankly at the wall. I'll tell you why I was staring blankly at the wall. To be very honest with you, I didn't know what I would speak about today. Not that I'm claiming that I do on most days, but especially today, I couldn't think of anything in particular that I could share with you that would be of any appreciable value to you. I didn't know if I would talk about the fact that I had met friends who I would have once called college mates, and now none of us go to college anymore, so we're just a bunch of working men and women. Or how on the way back home today I drove down the lane where I had my first date, and how all of these places and things are memories, and since they're memories I can no longer be in them. I am no longer there. It's something that has a part of me that I can never get back. I don't know if I would talk about the fact that when asked what I do for work, I can't really give a fitting description of what I do. I pretty much work all over the place. Or whether I should talk about the fact that I am not so sure if the work that I'm doing today is going to lead me to the future that I believe it will lead me to, whether it's fueling the things that I, want to be doing. And I don't know whether to talk at all or not. See, the idea is that no matter what, this is a discipline that I wish to keep in my life. But it also has to have some purpose if it's going to take off. If I wanted to take off, which I clearly do, I need to be able to deliver something of value. And I think on most days the only value I can give you is that I am someone who shares those same uncertainties that you do. That maybe you shouldn't be filling the void you feel at the end of the day with your Instagram and your food and your other indulgences. Maybe the point of the void is to be felt. I only ever feel complete in the moments when I glimpse what I can be in the work that I do. True self-love is perhaps self-adoration and admiration, birthed of work, of effort. Like in doing this stream Uninspired, I still feel I feel a sense of wholeness. There's something about it that holds promise, that shows me something I can be, that I am not, that I'm not yet, or yet not so sure how the positioning of those words work, but the point that I'm trying to convey is, I'm not so certain what I can share with you today. But all I know is that I feel more complete when I'm striving towards something, even if I don't completely understand what I'm striving towards, even if I'm unable to articulate it, even if I'm at points uninspired, even if I'm unable to give you anything of value. If I am there, if I am putting in the effort, or rather at least opening the door and letting the air in, then I'm creating this vessel for possibility. Like, I could have very well gone to bed today entirely convinced that I cannot share anything of value today, so I shouldn't do it. But the idea is, worst comes to worst, your outcome is 0, your best outcome is 100. In the sense that, say I do this stream, worst comes to worst, nothing changes. And if the best happens, everything changes for the better. So there's 0 upside and 100% downside. So what would stop me from taking that action, taking that decision, except for the internal dialogue that I have? Perhaps we're conditioned as human beings into this idea that we cannot lose what we already have, and we're tied to this idea of some kind of dignity in not making mistakes. But let me tell you, my friend, making mistakes and failure, it's a fundamental part of being a master at anything. And I know it's going to be a long time before I am a master of all the things that I want to master. So I'd much rather look a fool, be stupid as much as possible, in as many different ways as possible today, than someday wake up with all of the regret in the world that, damn, I could have done something, but my fear of outcome prevented me from seeing the outcome at all. That till this day I don't know. I was afraid of what the coin would say, so I never tossed it. So it lay tucked away in some corner of my room. I am that unused coin. And I don't want to live life tucked away in some corner. I'd much rather flip it 1,000 times. Have it be favorable, have it be unfavorable. Have it be good, have it be bad, have it be terrible. But let it be something. Let it have some meaning. Do not, or rather, breathe some meaning into it with your action. Don't let it fade away. Anyways, as uninspired as the start was, as uninspired perhaps you may be even at the end of it, I'm far more inspired by it. Because I think our reality is constructed by the stories that we tell ourselves. And it's far too often that we tell ourselves the stories that do us no justice, that do us no service. And for what? Why do we tell ourselves these stories? Have we objectively looked at why we believe in the things that we do believe in? Or rather, have we looked at if the things that we believe in have any benefit to us whatsoever. What do I what do I what do I get from believing that I can only put the absolute best all the time, every time, 100% of the time? What do I get from believing that? I get maybe 1 in 2 million chances of doing the absolute perfect thing every day, and I am clearly not a 1 in 2 million person. So I say fuck it to that logic, and I do it every day, imperfectly, shitty, but I do it. And in doing so, I open up the possibility for me to learn, and for perhaps the world to change just a little bit in my favor. So I hope you go out there, instead of sitting in your room and thinking about all the things that you could have done. You realize that in this moment you have options, you have choices to make, and you take choices. You take those options, and you act upon them. You don't ideate. I mean, plan, yes, but act. So I hope you act. So good night to you, to the camera, and to the ether. It fails.